Hey YouTube, so today we're taking a look at a second-hand blade that I got through a contact on one of the knife groups. The reason I went after this thing is because of the pure size of it. The box is quite old. The knife itself has never been utilized, so it's brand new. It's probably one of the biggest Spyderco folders I've ever seen. Let's get it out the box and check it out. So here you have it. I'm going to just get it out of the plastic, and then out of interest, check at this. Due to the size of the stuff, please use extra caution when closing. Not recommended for chopping. It's quite interesting. Sort of alludes to the originality of the packaging on this guy. So let's check it out. There you have the huge blade in question. Let's get in a bit closer. So this big knife is called the Spyderco Tatanka. It is a discontinued blade. I'm not sure why. Still got great G10. It's quite a thickish blade actually, to be honest, but compact for its size. And I suppose once you get this guy open, you actually realize just how big this knife really is. As a bit of a size comparison, let's have a look at it next to a Spyderco Manix 2 XL, which is considered a big knife. There you go. As you can see, it kind of dwarfs the Manix 2 XL, not just on size but on width, etc. I'm not too sure about the physical strength, but I would assume it's probably pretty strong. They say not for chopping though, so it's a good slicer. But yeah, in comparison to the Manix 2 XL, it's a substantially large blade. Yeah, this thing is absolutely huge. But let's talk a little bit about it in more detail. So we take a look. We've got a great Spyderco G10 on the handle, very, very grippy. This has got quite an interesting locking mechanism, which you can see when you unlock the blade. You push here and you'll see there's like two pieces of steel that sort of collapse away there, and then they clip together when it locks. You've got some jumping on the back over here for getting some purchase up. You've got an area over here where you can get in to get a little bit more purchase up on the blade. Despite it having this, I don't recommend, like they say, for chopping. The blade itself, satin finish. You've got a bit of a false edge over here. It's not a sharpened false edge, which is quite nice. This is in G10 steel, and I believe this one is made in Japan. Yep, there you have it there, Sekai, Japan. So great if you like really big knives. Some of the things that I noticed is there's actually no jimping in here like what you'd see in some of the newer blades. But I mean, it's still perfectly usable, no issues with that. I've added this little fob on here. The pocket clip can be placed in 4 positions, which is quite interesting, quite nice. This is the original pocket clip, and yeah, you've got quite a lot of knife, to be honest with you, when you look at this thing. You'll definitely be able to do some damage with that knife. Very interesting knife, I must say. Like I said, I've never seen a Spyderco this large, and I don't know if Spyderco still makes such big knives. But this is quite an interesting one to have in the collection, and somebody like me who enjoys big, large, sort of in-charge blades, I think this is definitely something that I would actually carry as one of my EDC pocket carries. But I'll let you know how this guy carries in due course. Let's check out, for a knife that's been in the box for a couple of years, how sharp this guy is and how it rides in a pair of jeans. Yeah, let's just do a little bit of a cut test on this bad boy. As I said, this thing hasn't been sharpened or anything. It's still got the factory edge on it. So let's check it out. Still crazy sharp, as you can see. Cheap as this knife is big. But you can do like fine carving with this. You can do all sorts of crazy things, to be honest, which is quite nice. You just got to get it in the right position. Knife is still crazy sharp, despite being in storage all these years. So yeah, really happy with that. What a thick but yet still sharp knife. Let's check it out in pocket. The knife itself, pocket carry, is quite slim, so because of it not being too thick, it doesn't carry too bad. It actually sits quite nicely in the pocket. It's not a deep pocket carry, but for such a big blade, I mean, you're carrying that on you, it's quite impressive, to say the least. I'm not even going to try it in a smaller pocket clip, but there you have it. Easy enough to carry with you and not be too big in pocket. I really like it. So just to finish up, you're getting a better idea of the physical size of this knife. Holding it directly next to the side of my head gives you an idea of how big this knife actually is. It's actually an incredibly nice knife, I must say, for its big size. Definitely something I'm going to enjoy using. I don't know how or where yet, but it's definitely going to be a great pocket carry. And yeah, I look forward to many good years with this big blade. I'll let you know how it stacks up, how it holds up over time, and I'll also let you know my thoughts as I've carried it a little bit more. I've literally only had this knife in hand probably an hour now. I've never carried it to date, so I'll let you know in about a month or two how it carries consistently over a month, how useful it was in multiple purposes. For me, it looks like it could be a really cool sort of utility blade, but it could also be a really amazing self-defense blade. It's not a fast opening blade or anything like that. It's a very large, heavy blade, but I mean, if you pulled that out, I think people would have second thoughts. Just saying. Guys, please hit that subscribe button, keep watching, and let me know if there's anything cool and interesting you'd like to review, and have a great week. Cheers for now.